How's it going, guys? I'm here to review Halloween 2, 2009.
Nurse? Hello? Is anybody here?
So, this is the sequel to the 2007 remake directed by Rob Zombie, and this movie is directed by Rob Zombie yet again. This movie stars yet again Scout Taylor Compton, Malcolm McDowell, Danielle Harris, Tyler Mane as Michael Myers, and more other actors and actresses in this movie. So for the beginning of this movie, it takes place literally the same night from the last movie. Michael Myers and Laurie Strode's taken to the hospital after the events from the last movie. Laurie's been traumatized, been thrown off the window. She's just pretty much like injured and screaming, bloody, just all over the place. This girl just went through hell from the last movie. But Danielle Harris's Annie, she survived. Her only best friend that survived that Halloween night. And yeah, they're both in the hospital. And of course, Michael Myers, he wakes up and then kills his riders that are transferring him to some kind of like mental hospital yet again. But of course, yeah, they get themselves into a car crash. Then that's how Michael Myers wakes up, and then when he gets up, that's when he kills one of the passengers because the driver was already dead in the wreck. And from that point forward, that's when he sees his ghostly mom, played by Sheri Moon Zombie, in a white horse. How does that make any sense? Seeing a white horse and his ghostly mom? I don't know. But the point is, I guess she's telling Michael to bring the sister to her so the whole family can reunite. I guess that was the whole purpose of Michael trying to go after Laurie from the last movie, so family can reunite, families forever. I don't know. I mean, it says it on the poster, families forever. So Michael goes after Laurie in the hospital, and then she tries to escape, and you think that Michael is going to kill her, but no, she wakes up. And all that shit with her in the hospital and Michael chasing after her, that was just a dream. That took like the first 20 minutes of the movie, just a dream. And I guess it didn't happen. I mean, when she was taken to the hospital, that really happened. But Michael going after her in the hospital, that never happened. So all that shit was a dream. And it's 1 year later after the events of the last movie. And obviously she's traumatized. She's a whole different person. She whines a lot in this movie. She bitches a lot in this movie. I don't know why her character is doing that in this movie, but okay. And then you have Annie. She's more of the mature one, but you can tell she's just done with not only Laurie's shit, but she's done with her dad's shit, Sheriff Brackett. She's just like, everybody's just done with each other in this movie. That's why in the unrated cut, Annie and Laurie are always going at it. They're always fighting about what happened that night, and then they always be like, oh, they're just always fighting pretty much. And all I hear is just bitching, bitching, and bitching.
Bitchin'.
Not enough killing. So yeah, after Laurie shot him in the head, he survived. And now he's just pretty much like scavenging through like the cities and empty areas through like farmhouses. So he's pretty much a hobo. He's a homeless Michael Myers now. He literally has the homeless jacket, the hood on. He has the whole hobo outfit going on. Which, I mean, I guess I see what Zombie was trying to say. Like, he says realistically, Michael Myers would not wear the same clothes. I mean, he would try to wear different clothes and try to keep himself warm, I see where Zombie was going with this. He's trying to go to the realistic route. But if that was the case, then explain me why he won't die still if that was the realistic route. But in reality, Michael Myers did survive, and I guess that whole car wreckage and him just escaping, that really did happen. But I guess, how did he survive with that gunshot in his head and number of gunshots all over him? Who knows, because they don't give you an explanation why he won't die in this movie. Because the original timeline, it makes sense, but because it was a cult, and it was like a supernatural kind of power. But in this movie, or these movies, the remakes, and this sequel to the remake, they don't provide you an explanation, like I said, of why Michael Myers did it and why he won't die. I guess Rob Zombie just explained that he was just born effing crazy, and some people are just meant to be crazy and maniacs, but that still doesn't explain why he won't die. But okay. Realistically, Myers would change clothes, or he would put jackets and look like a hobo if he's gonna like go through the place to place, just like, you know. The point is, yeah, I see where he's saying he wouldn't wear the same jumpsuit all the time, just like in the other movies. Realistically, he would change clothes and put some warm weather outfits on, looking like a hobo. I get it, but I don't know. Like, Michael Myers looks cool as a hobo outfit, but at the same time, not really. If that makes sense, I'm 50-50 on it. Sometimes it looks cool, sometimes it looks ridiculous, especially in the end when he's unmasked and he has a full-on beard. Now he definitely looks like a hobo. It's very funny. So what did I think of this movie? This movie, it's not really that good. I'm sorry. There's a lot of okay, don't get me wrong. There's some cool scenes in this movie. There's some cool scenes. Like, I like when Michael Myers is like, there's specific scenes where I like the whole hospital sequence. The hospital sequence was pretty cool because it does take it back to the original Halloween 2. So that whole beginning, the hospital sequence, that was badass. And that was when Michael didn't have that hobo attire. He still had his jumpsuit on. So, yes, Halloween 2's opening started off pretty good. And then as soon as the nightmare was over, that's when things kind of go to hell from there. What else? The party scene, the Halloween party scene in the kind of close to the end of the movie when Laurie and her friends are dressing up as the chicks from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So that Halloween sequence that party sequence was actually pretty cool. It looked pretty it gave me like that spooky Halloween vibes, and it just looked fun. So that whole Halloween party scene looked pretty cool. So that's another props. The soundtrack was pretty good. The score is pretty good. Brad Dourif playing Sheriff Brackett is always a plus because he's the voice of Chucky. Michael Myers does look cool, but when he wears that hobo outfit, and then especially when he's unmasked in the unrated cut or the director's cut, it just looks so bad. I don't know, man. But yeah. And then when Michael Myers kills like this random pimp and then the strippers and then the strippers worker and the boss, the manager, pretty much when he kills 3 people at the strip joint, that was a pretty cool scene too. I like that scene. And when he killed those like bearded rednecks in the cornfield, that was pretty cool. Like when they are trying to jump Michael Myers, but Myers fights back by killing all 3 of them. So that was another cool scene. There's like some cool scenes sprinkled in this movie, but mostly, like, when you get to Laurie, when you get to Dr. Loomis, I'm just not feeling the movie, especially when they're trying to explain all this shit with some kind of white horse, and how the white horse is, like, some kind of, like, it deals with, like, trauma, and it's supposed to give you, like, a psychological message to why Michael and Laurie are just going crazy throughout this movie, and why Michael is trying to go after Laurie, but I don't know, it just doesn't really add much to the Halloween lore, and it just makes this movie kind of weird. But a lot of people do appreciate how different, how ambitious, and how original this movie is trying to be, and I respect that. A lot of other Halloween fans just don't like this movie at all, and there's some horror fans that love the Halloween movies, that love Rob Zombie's work, that actually do enjoy this movie. So I'm one of those people, I'm in the middle. I see where both sides are coming from, but I don't really like this movie that much. So to be fair, I still like the original remake, the last movie, better than the sequel right here. The last one was just, it felt more like Halloween to me. Well, except for the whole prequel opening sequence, but when he escapes from the hospital, from that point forward in that movie, that's when it felt like Halloween. But this movie kind of feels like not really Halloween. It just feels like a slasher movie with a hobo trying to kill people, if that makes sense. I don't know, but yeah, this movie's really not for me. So if I have to give this movie out of 10, I would give this movie this a 5.5. You know what, 5.7 out of 10. I will give this movie a 5.7 out of 10. There's some good moments sprinkled, it has potential. It has the good Halloween look and the aesthetic. It does have that like spooky feel. That like it looks good. Like the filter and the coloring, the aesthetic. It looks good. But underneath all that, it's just not really a good Halloween movie. It's just kind of mediocre. And it's kind of like up there with Halloween 5 bad, in my opinion. But so that was my quick review of Halloween 2, 2009. It's just not really a good sequel, especially to a remake. So I don't know. But I want to hear my friend Cody, The Trench's thoughts on this movie. So please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
What's up, guys? Dr. Scheme here. How you doing? So, Halloween 2. What can I say about this? Again, like I said in the last video I was in, not much when you get scenes like this.
And jelly. I don't know. What? You can't jelly your cock up with that girl's ass. You're like, cow! What? Cow!
Big dog, we got a situation here. I'm going to need some backup.
But besides the random scenes like this, Rob Zombie completely ruined the mystery behind Michael Myers, even more than he did in the first movie. Also, why does Michael Myers look like the Red Guardian from Black Widow? Dude went full hobo for no reason. They did him dirty. Could have at least given him the Buzz Lightyear treatment. Dude looks like he smells like hot dog water and pork rinds. Honestly, I don't think the acting in this movie was that bad, so that's a plus. But where it really falls short is that it wasn't scary. It's more violent than anything. Just like Vincent said, after the hospital scene, the movie kind of went downhill, with the exception of a few scenes. I see the direction Rob Zombie was trying to go with this movie, but the script wasn't executed well, and it wasn't really believable. Also, family is forever sounded like a quote directly from Dom Toretto. I don't have friends, I have family. Honestly, this entire movie, I was hoping Busta Rhymes was gonna pop up talking about
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
If I had to give this movie a rating, I'd give it a 5 out of 10 because, again, the acting wasn't bad and the atmosphere created wasn't horrible, but the script is what held it back. So if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to the homie Vincent. You won't regret it. Also, hit up my channel. I'm gonna start posting again soon. Peace.